Welcome back to Blood Bowl. We have Stone's Whisperers versus the Ragnarite Pythons. Let's pick heads. So we have our team of goblins and ratmen. Now our ratmen are quite valuable, so I'm happy to, I'll much rather sacrifice a poor goblin rather. So I'll explain what I'm doing. I'm only doing a basic kickoff at the moment. I'm not going to worry too much about it. The Ragnarite Pythons are a much better team than me, so we will be facing a bit of an uphill battle here. So, kick the ball off. I get my special event actually for kicking is that I can reset my team. Let's have a quick look. I'll put my troll over here. I'll put my guys there. I'll try and defend a little bit. I'll kind of just move them around, hopefully try and... that'll do. And... oof. So, ball ended up almost right in the halfway line. So, let's see how they do. So, I pick my ball up, managed to get that one, and now I expect they'll form up a cage around here so as to protect their ball carrier. See, unfortunately I've got quite a lot of players now on the other side of the pitch. This guy's got frenzy, so he's bashing my Skaven Blitzer about, but thankfully he was able to stay upright, as losing one of them early would be very, very dangerous. So, I'll have a quick look, see what's happening here. And they managed to fail to dodge past one of my goblins. So it's a Whisperer's turn. Now, I've got a troll, so I'll just try and block him. I don't have block, which would affect that dice, so I'll just follow that up and move from there. Now I'll move a goblin to there, and with that I'll be able to get enough players to do a blitz and push him in the way, but I won't follow up. I'll create almost a little wall there. Now I need to again be very careful how I do this, as I don't want to have too many of my players all out the way. So I've got a goblin there, I'll get him to dodge out the way. I'll move a couple of players down here, that way I can put a block on this guy with added strength. Not really able to take him down, but again it's just more about holding him off at the moment until I can do something about it. So let's see, where will I move him down to? I'll move him down here. That gives him a bit of room to manoeuvre, and I'll go on to my next turn. Now I am doing this fairly quickly, as a game could quite easily last for 45 minutes or so if I was to think it very, very slowly. I don't think you want to watch a 45-minute video, sadly. So let's see. Now he's blocking my player back, and he knocks him down and stuns him, so that's him out for one turn, but he's not knocked off the field yet, so that's okay. Now they've got 3 players to gang up on my troll there. I'm okay with that if that's the case. That's blocking them up now. I did get the advantage there of the attack, but unfortunately he was able to get 2 lucky dice rolls and get me there. So first thing you always do is you pick your players up if they're on the ground. No need for them to be standing there doing nothing. Now we need to be careful, as I said, about how we do this. And I'll try and I'll attack this guy from the side, as I might be able to push him down later. Now, that's good. I've been able to get a good block there. And that will allow me to just move up and start to get players in the way down here. Now, I'm moving my players into position. I don't want to leave it too long to defend or to hold off, as the worst thing that can happen is that you spend too long trying to defend, they still score, and you don't get any time to respond in that half. I've not moved this guy, but I'm quite happy where he is. So they might start to try and manoeuvre down here. I've got a player I need to be careful of. Well, I think they're just going to hover around here, yeah. They're going to build that cage and slowly try and grind their way down. I probably need to get a troll across there to give me a bit of protection, or to try and break that cage. That's good. They tried to attack my troll again, but this time he's managed to beat them down. So that's freed them up there actually now, so let's think what's going to be the best option here. I'll move my troll over and try and knock him down and get him in the way of some of my enemies. Now, that was great, he managed to knock him out, so that's one less player I need to worry about. Again, I'll be a little bit sneaky, although I totally forgot I could have moved my rat there, so I'll pop that there. I've got an extra block I can do here. I'll move this guy down to help cover a bit. Now, yeah, I was lucky there. And what I'll do is, because I'm a sneaky filthy goblin, I'll try and foul him, but it didn't make any difference, so I'll end my turn there. I've got one more player on the pitch at the moment than they do, and I've got a guy. I think so. That was their blitz used up, which means that they're now going to be slightly exposed potentially in their cage. They're going to have to try and knock that troll out the way. he runs the risk that maybe he'll be able to start to push his way in and cause a bit of disruption. Now they've sent a player down there, so I would need to be very, very careful that they don't throw the ball. Now what happened there was that he tried to block me, but I had much more strength and that was an immediate knockover. So I'll try to knock this guy out the way. Now trolls need a little bit of guidance when they're playing, so you always need to try and keep a player close to them before they do any actions. And they also have the habit of not being able to do what you want them to do, and that's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, got a bad dice roll and wasn't able to use my rerolls. So they can now potentially break down my small wall here and get the ball over there. Right, let's see what happens. I wonder if he's going to try and throw the ball, or he's going to try and hold off another turn. See, they got a bit of an advantage there because I made a mistake and didn't think too much about it. Again, they're dodging some of their players out the way. I can try and keep covering them. They're bringing somebody up actually now. Looks like they'll be going for the slow grind rather than a quick score here. Now, I need to try and get a player. I can get that rat here. I think the computer's still working it, so I'll move a goblin to this spot here. That means that if I move this rat thrower here, he can assist, and I can sneak a attack in there. I get the assist there. He can't assist because he's got the person countering it there. We'll see what happens. That's exactly the dice roll I was looking for. We'll break the ball there. And that's absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Unfortunately, my troll wasn't quite smart enough to realise what was going on. I'll move this guy. I'll block him out the way. And what I can do is put a little goblin just in the way. And now, can I even move another? I'll move another player up to here. And I'll even move a player there. So that's given me a couple of options. What I'll try and do though is pick the ball up, and then I'm able to dodge out the way, and I'll put a player there to try and block him off. And it's now my turn, or their turn. So they only really have one option, and that's this player to try and dodge out. So he's opened up a line there actually, He's done the blitz. And he's knocked one of my rat men out. I can heal him, but it's only a knockout. He could be back later on. But he was trying to sneak one of his players through there to get to me. I'll run this goblin down as far as I can. I'm not going to risk anything I don't need to. I'll stand my troll up. Now, I'll just start to try and knock a couple of players back. I'll use a reroll there because I've got a couple spare. I'll try and keep on knocking them down. Instead, if I get lucky, I might be able to get an injury or something and have slightly less players. And just to make sure, I'll stun this guy. I'll pop a rat just in the way, a goblin rather, just in the way. Oh, I tried to move him out of the way. So he couldn't get blocked, but he wasn't able to escape. So now it's their turn 7. So I need to be careful on what I do here because there is potential that they could still get and knock me down. So let's have a look. Now this player, I can. So I'll move him here. All I need to do is get one pushback, and that means I can score on the last turn of a half, not giving him an option to get an equalising score. So I'll just move my player down slightly. He's on the end zone. I've got one more turn I can take after this. My troll's not doing very well there. He keeps knocking himself down, but I guess I'll just have to accept that's happening. So as you can see, he's not able to really get to him. So they're just going to try and do me some injuries. They're getting a few blocks on me while I'm here. And, oof, he tried to do a foul but he got caught there. So that's him ejected from the game. And I'll quickly run for a touchdown. And that's me 1-0 up. And it's now half time. And did I get my player back? I don't think I do. He's still knocked out. However, the good news is theirs is still knocked out and they've got an injured player. So again, I always prefer to have my goblins as a cannon fodder. I should have a thrower somewhere here. Here it goes. And I'll take that. Throwers are quite good at picking a ball up. However, it's even better as anybody gets the ball. So what I will do is I'll give the ball to my Skaven Blitzer. He's a bit like a running back crossed with a linebacker. Now let's have a look and see. They've all fairly standard looking players. So I'll just knock one of them away and move up. Now I'll start to build a cage. Again, I don't need to score twice, I just need to win by one. That's brilliant. I've knocked a player out again. So I've got the numbers advantage. Their players are still better than me, but I'll happily take that. Their whole front line's now been stunned. I'll move my ball carrier up there. I'll give him some support. And just to distract him, I'll start to send a goblin out there and put a player up at the side, and he'll hopefully cause a little bit of distraction there. So he's blitzed and managed to knock my goblin down. I think he probably wanted to try and push him back, but I'm holding off. I might need to actually score quite quickly, or go for a quick score, as being 2-0 up should give me the game against a slowish Norse team. But again, I need to see how the game pans out. I'll move my troll up. Now, I'm slightly wary about using too many of my weaker players, so what I'll do is I'll just try and... That's really not what I wanted there. That's rang a bit of a risk. But that does let me now free up that running lane, and then should let me create a cage a bit further in, and oh, I misclicked that one there. Didn't actually mean to do that, so that was a bit of a mistake, but no harm done, thankfully. Oh, tried to dodge out the way there, get him to move in, but I slipped over. But it's a bit of a risky cage. Again, that was great. They attacked the slightly stronger player there. He's got a block skill, so I was able to hold that one off. Now, what should happen is that if I can try and break down this bit, I can run my player down and hopefully try and cause a bit of a block. So I'll move my troll. Oh, and there we go, managed to knock another player out there. Now I'll move my goblin, so ideally I want to be able to knock this guy down, but yeah, brilliant, that's exactly what I needed. And let's see here. So their best situation is they can get a player up to here. Where can this guy go? That's a lot of dodging needed for that one. I'm not happy about that. Yep, there we go. So I can move this player up here. I'll try and go for one extra move, which I'll manage. try and go one extra move for this guy. And I made a fatal mistake there, as I really should have moved my ball carrier first, but I meant to move my ball carrier up there. Didn't even think about doing it there. And now, unfortunately, I'll run the risk. Oh, and my player's been hurt. And the ball's loose, and they look like they could get it. They've tried to attack me there. And they managed to knock themselves out though, so managed to pull that one back, but it's a very, very precarious situation right now. Again, a little mistake can cause a lot of damage if you don't think it through. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to rely on my exceptionally unreliable troll right now. And he comes through right as I needed him. Good job. So I'll try and pick that ball up, and oh, I failed to do that. In fact, I didn't even manage to get out of the way. He was tackled, and the ball was still lying around. Unfortunately, I've got a Trove there, but he's now pushed out the way, and it's looking grim. I don't think we'll get beat, but they've now got the ball. If we can just hold off now. We're starting to lose players. It's starting to look quite worrying. But I know we can do this. I know we can do this. So I can use my troll. Stand my players up. I've got to move a goblin and sacrifice him, sadly. I'm not actually going to follow him up. I'm going to leave it as that. That just gives enough bodies in the way. Unfortunately, he could break out there, but he's not very agile. In fact, he blocked him there. So the big question is, how are we going to do this? It's basically become a big scrum in the middle there. The players getting pushed around, but they're surviving, they're standing upright. Well, some of them are standing upright. The important thing is they're slowing down the advance of the Norsemen. So again, stand up on the players that are knocked down. Important that we do this. I'll stand this one up as well. He's fine there. I'll leave this guy down for now though. And ooh, what do I do here now? I'm going to leave my troll there actually, as it's actually escaping, so I'll keep him up, as this is going to be a tricky battle. Actually, I'll blitz here. That knocks him down. That way. Oh, I hit the end turn button by accident. That's fine actually, that's okay. try to dodge a player out. So I've got one more turn to score, but I don't think they'll be able to recover themselves in time. My troll decides he doesn't want to play games. So what I'll do is just start moving my players away slightly. That way they can only blitz or block one player, and I'll happily take my troll getting hit. They've got no way to break through my line. They just have to accept that that's that. Looks like we're gonna get away with this one in the end. He's too far. Even next turn. Brilliant. So we got there. We might have made a couple of mistakes, but I've not played it in a while, so it's just trying to remember sometimes. So again, not willing to take a risk. Actually, I might just try and blitz with my troll. I'll push him out the way. And I'll move the rest of my players away. And I'll call that one an end turn. They can only blitz one guy. And he manages to stay up. The guys have been quite tough and resourceful today. Nobody there, and they're going to run out of time. And Stone's Whisperers come away with their first win. And that will be the end of that match. And hopefully, the start of a great season. We'll just wait now for the game to end, and there we go. End of match. We won. And that's us, with some very valuable game points. We'll get some experience from that, and hopefully level our guys up, if not this match, hopefully from the next one or two. Well, that's been the very first ASMR Stone Whisperer Blood Bowl match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Please take care, and have a great day now. Bye bye.